amazing, beautiful people, and welcome back to another first-time reaction video. A lot of you have been asking me to react to this, and that is Gigguk's Fall 2024. I was going to say the fall of anime in 2024. I don't know why. Fall 2024 anime in a nutshell. So many of you have been asking me to check this one out. Honestly, I'm pretty excited to check this one out as well. Maybe it'll highlight some anime I missed. Maybe it'll, like, you know, glaze some anime I want glazed. We are going to skip Danmachi when it comes up because I'm currently watching it right now and I don't want any spoilers of the new season, so we'll just skip past that. Apparently it is on here and I don't want any spoilers. Any anime that I'm currently watching, I'm a bit worried about, like, being spoiled, so we will just skip past that one. But yeah, so many of you have been screaming this one at me, and I'm excited to check it out. Every video Gigguk does is just absolutely incredible. So yeah, shout out Gigguk. Link to his channel is, of course, in the description. Go show him all the love in the world. He's absolutely freaking amazing. Just awesome, just freaking creator. And yeah, that's about it from me, my friends. Press the like button, press the subscribe button if you want more videos like this. Put your recommendations down below in that comment section. Let's jump into my first time ever reaction to full 2024 anime in a nutshell.
Now that we're getting closer to the end of the year, in my opinion so far, 2024 hasn't quite reached the caliber of previous years yet. Not that it's been a bad year for anime by any means, but the last few years have felt like full-on juggernaut years of anime, but fall 2024 could be about to change all that. We've got massive new shows, massive returning shows, hidden gems, more shows anyone could reasonably heap up with, and even following a summer anime season full of love and romance, we still have our dose of wholesome romances like Blue Box and, what's this? Wait, this is the complete opposite of wholesome. Who the hell would get invested in a love story like
What the fuck is this? No one wants to hear it. What the hell? What the hell are you screaming for? What the fuck is this? This is kind of cool. The guy on the right looks tons like, is it the guy from Mashal or something like that? He looks well fucking familiar. I feel like that was something I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I feel like anime in 2024 has been like, it's been pretty good. It's not been like I agree with Gigguk. It's not been as strong as like previous like years. I think Dandadan and ReZero has definitely like lifted it up a little bit. I think next year is going to be a strong year. I think 2025 is shaping up to be a fucking very strong year, especially considering how, like, January is turning out to be already. I say next year, I mean this year. You know, January is already turning out to be a bit of a monster, so it's going to be interesting to watch. But openings-wise, I'd say 2024 was fucking amazing.
oh no, he's hot.
Today's objective.
Well, okay, seems simple enough.
What'd I say? What? Heterosexuality. Okay.
Well, okay, seems simple enough.
Obviously.
どこにしようか。そう固くならないで。時はくんとこれを楽しめるなんて嬉しいな。
え？
笑って。
Ladies and gentlemen, they finally made it.
Amazing.
Canonically straight yaoi. I'm not sure how I feel about this one. Is this for the usual fan base? Is this a hit up a whole new demographic? Or as my wife calls it, is this just yaoi for cowards? All I'm saying is, boys, have you ever looked at your bro and thought, damn, I'm straight, but bro's looking good today? Now, if your bro still looks like a bro, acted like a bro, talks like a bro, but was actually a girl dressed up as a bro, you ever thought how that make you feel? Yeah, me neither. Basically, what I'm trying to say,
if your bro was a girl dressed up as a bro, how would that make you feel? Now hear me out.
is sometimes it takes a real woman to be best boy. Summer only gave us a handful of high-profile sequels, but there's certainly not a lack of them this time. Bleach is once again continuing one of the biggest comebacks we've seen in anime. For the gamers, we have Shangri-La Frontier and Gun Gale Online 2. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 isekai returning, which of course includes the return of ReZero after a 4-year-long wait. It has been a hot minute since I last saw this. I gotta check the patch notes quickly. Okay. What the fuck? I'm not gonna lie, I tried watching the first episode of this one, then I realized it's been way too long, so I'll probably need a refresher on season 2 first. Needless to say, this is the only time I can see weebs switching to the dub en masse to prevent subtitles covering up Amelia's character development.
Yeah.
Blue Lock. Now, after becoming the top-selling manga of 2020,
That was it. That was all Gigguk had to say about ReZero? Bro, what the fuck? What? That's it. That's all. All right, great. What? Literally, probably my favorite start of like a ReZero season. It's been fucking amazing. Season 3 has crushed. Bro, nothing. Just talking about Emilia's titties? Jesus.
3 outselling the likes of Demon Slayer,
Priorities.
Jujutsu Kaisen, even goddamn One Piece. I can say the newest anime really is continuing that legacy, giving us the most faithful adaptation fans could ask for by truly making you feel like you're reading a manga.
Just move! If you got no one, just move. It's all I want to see some movement. I'm not seeing enough movement.
There's a remake of Ranma continuing the trend of resurrecting old classics to the modern day, and this is actually perfect for me because I actually have never watched Ranma before, outside of just a few episodes I watched as a kid and I barely have any memory of aside from, was there boobs? We have our usual suspects in the fantasy category. Of course, we get another villainous anime. There's Sid from Eminence and Shadow if he wasn't actually OP, except everyone still believed that he is. I think this is what Crunchyroll sees in their mind's eye when someone mentions High Guardian Spice. Guys, I know we like to look down on that trope of having your protagonist buy slaves even though he's helping them out by letting the slaves join his party. I can understand how that can be a bit morally grey, so how about this protagonist? A guy who completely flips things on his head. See, he doesn't help slaves by buying them, he's helping out his party members by selling them into slavery. Wait, is that how it's supposed to work? Hold on.
What?
1, 2, 3, 4. Where's all the new non-sequel isekai like usual? Is the era of isekai actually coming to an end? What's this one about?
I have to say, Isekai, like, I feel like it's all I'm watching at the moment. I mean, don't get me wrong. The reason is because there's a lot of fucking awesome Isekai out there. But, like, you know, we're watching a lot. We're watching a lot.
Damn. Even Isekai is sick of Isekai. Alright, enough of this stuff. What's the actual new hottest show this season?
Smells like milk. Kind of looks like milkshake.
What's it taste like, bro? Is it good?
Dandadan, based on a manga from yet another one of Tatsuki Fujimoto's former assistants. Now, what the hell was this team that he had assembled? A team that has now given us the likes of Chainsaw Man, Hell's Paradise, Dandadan, and Spy Family. Bro clearly was just on this team vibing in the corner. Something special must have been happening at that studio to pump out hit after hit after hit, and Dandadan looks like it's standing up with the best of them. Shonen Jump titles can sometimes feel like they're playing things by the book, following the tried and tested formula. So does Dandadan fit that mold? No. I don't even know how to describe the premise of the opening episode, but it plays out like a fever dream based on an Alex Jones monologue. Aliens, ghosts, psychic powers, spirit mediums, and then there's this old lady who sees a boy and goes,
Wait, what the fuck? Let's read this. Let's read this. I can't believe this just happened. I was just minding my own business in a tunnel whilst on the phone to someone, and out of nowhere, Turbo Granny showed up and made me some very inappropriate comments about my dong. Not only that, but she went into the actual steal my dong from me. That's right. She actually took my dong away. I was going to let this go, but something has to be said about this before it happens to someone else. I have proof this has to stop. Turbo Granny has gobbled her last dong. Cancel Turbo Bug. Oh, man. Cancel Turbo Granny. Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna say this right now. If you haven't watched Dandadan, you fucking are missing out so much. The anime is amazing.
This anime is anything but by the book, which is why Science Saru is not only the perfect studio to adapt it, but you get the sense that they've gotten their dream project. This is the anime studio equivalent of find someone who matches your freak. The animation is oozing with expression and character through every single goddamn frame of this show, even by their normal standards, and they just keep going every new episode.
So good.
This is the show to be watching this season, and if the weirdness doesn't turn you off, you are in for one amazing ride to come. We got another anime original. Let's see what this one's all about. Holy shit, did he just try to... Damn. He does not look like he's in a good place. And the doctors just gave him 2 years to live? Wow.
Probably in a sick guy. What was I going to say about Dandadan? Dandadan was amazing, but one of the weakest finales I've ever seen. And that's not a shade on the finale. But it wasn't a fucking finale. They just stopped. There was no finale about it. They literally were like, and we're finished. And it's like, are we gonna make this seem like a season finale? It's like, Nah, people are gonna come back and watch season 2 anyway. Fuck them. So, alright, fine.
What a way to start the episode. So, this is the story about a man with a terminal illness, huh? Oh, okay. So we're doing this now. When I imagine what would be in a cozy fishing anime, I don't normally associate it with a guy failing neck pull-ups, getting cancer, drowning in crippling debt, and getting scammed by the crypto market. Bro can apparently catch anything except a break. But this one's been interesting. For a series with such heavy topics, the vibes have been on point. It kind of reminds me of Welcome to the NHK with a fishing twist, and I'm intrigued to see where this series goes.
Welcome to the NHK. Isn't the NHK like a music thing?
Did he just call terminal illness as a skill issue? Hey, go on, come get your man. Hey, this is my man. Come get your man. Stop saying it's my man. Bro, come get your man. Why does everyone keep telling me that this is my man? Somehow, this managed to be regression, incest, and NTR all in one. Going back in time to avoid marrying a guy who secretly wants to bang his sister. Well, that's the beauty of the regression genre. You can go back to being a 15-year-old to redo your life choices. Let's see who the next man in line is. Sometimes people can really stretch the definition of a hidden gem, but I've seen almost no talk about this show that has piqued my interest like few other anime have. Orb, on the movements of the Earth. It's 15th century.
Literally every damn person who has seen this anime has been fucking screaming it at me. Everyone who's seen it is in love with it. Everyone. Including the opening and ending, which people are screaming at me to react to. So I'm just gonna have to fucking do it, I think, man.
Poland, a time when you can get arrested, tortured, burned at the stake simply for researching any heretical beliefs that go against the common sense teaching everyone already knows. God created Earth and thus put it at the center of the universe. Enter Rafał, a genius, logical kid who just wants an easy life with a curious hobby in astronomy. He's going to study theology for an easy life path to further appreciate the teachings of God, until, by chance, he meets a convicted heretic who blackmails him and gives him something so awful, so dangerous, it could get him killed. An idea. What if the Earth wasn't the center of the universe? The stars didn't revolve around the world, but instead the Earth revolved around the sun. A stupid, nonsensical idea that Rafał immediately dismisses as he goes home confident that he can disprove that idea in a single night. But as he starts thinking, as he starts entertaining the thoughts, mapping out the models, doing everything he can to dismiss the theory only to find himself falling deeper into it, he realizes something terrifying. Shit. What if this idea is actually right? It's rare nowadays that I see a concept I have never seen before, but this one fit the bill perfectly. A series about dropping the biggest twist on Earth lore in human history while having to keep it secret from the church to avoid death? Sign me the hell up. This is Nicholas Copernicus' Vinland Saga Star with some genuinely fantastic storytelling and characters. Outside of Dandadan, this has been the new show I've been excited about the most. Take my advice. Go in blind and give this the 3-episode rule and you won't be disappointed. We got yet another I Can Fix...
I feel like I'm gonna have to watch this, man. I feel like I'm gonna have to fucking watch
this. Quirky romance story about a girl getting into arranged marriage with a downright psychopath of a man that could only ever lead to the most toxic relationship of all time. You don't need to be a genius to see that this is just a bad idea. If you asked him what item best describes him, it'd probably be this. I mean, just look at him. I gotta ask, girls, is this the kind of man you really want? Do you really think he can be fixed? I just think that... Hey, give me that. Sydney, I'm recording. Hey, get Sydney!
This video to give you a public service announcement. Ladies, are you tired of the same old boring anime nice guy love interest? Don't you want a fictional man with a little bit of spice to him? A man who's so infatuated with you, so obsessed with you, that he will protect you, keep you safe, even kill for you! In a fictional setting. Sure, he might be a little mentally unstable. Sure, he might break a few laws. But he will worship you like the goddess you are! Like the goddess you deserve to be! Take your boring vanilla protagonists, keep your majestic Prince Charmings. Why do we keep ignoring the undeniable fact that a little bit of crazy is just that little bit hot. Again, in a fictional setting. So I say to you...
Of course, in a fictional setting. Only in a fictional setting. Do not do this in real life. Only fictional setting.
We don't want to fix him. We don't want him to be fixed. I hereby declare I proudly let him ruin my life.
I apologize about that, guys. I assure you, we only promote healthy relationships in this household. Okay, let's just move on. What do we got next? More Danmachi. All right, let's see what we got here.
No looking. Man, he passes Danmachi super quick. Is that it? Alright, here we go.
The show itself. The brainchild of Sai Okamoto.
He literally spoke about Danmachi for like 10 seconds. I don't even want to
A
know.
young, ambitious animator who had a dream of directing her own anime. She put together a team and a Kickstarter, raising $65,000 to fund a pilot, which after years of delays and struggles, her and her newly formed studio Trife managed to complete it. But the dream didn't end there. That was clearly just a stepping stone to a much grander vision, which they announced last year to confirm that a full anime series was in production. And now, 8 years after the original Kickstarter, this is what they have to show for it.
Oh, I like it. It looks smooth.
One quick look, and you can immediately tell what the influences are. Glorious, over-the-top action, wearable limbs that are also sentient, Hiroyuki Sawano doing the soundtrack. If I didn't know any better, I would have thought this was...
Of course! How did I not? You can always tell it's Hiroyuki Sawano when you have like a swelling violin that sounds like a fucking guitar. That's like his fucking... This looks really well animated, by the way.
an offshoot team from Studio Trigger, but that doesn't stop it from standing out
I
from
fucking
90%
knew
of the
it!
other anime you usually see. It's a loud, in-your-face, bombastic action show that wears its influence on its sleeve, fueled by
Kinda
the
reminds
passion
me of,
the
like, whenever
people
I've checked out
behind
any of the
it.
openings of
This project
Fire
is clearly a
Force.
dream come true for the creators involved, and while the plotline might not be something we haven't seen before, I am sincerely hoping they are able to pull off something special, so I'm
looks
going to
nice.
be keeping a close eye on this.
Yeah, I like the look of
Hey,
this.
a harem anime where a guy moves into a shrine and has to pick one of 3 lovely shrine maiden sisters to marry. I think I've seen this exact plotline like 5 times before. One of them was Temperu, and the other 4 were definitely hentai. This feels like an anime that jumped straight out of the mid-2000s. The first 10 minutes was a goddamn speedrun of every cliche harem anime trope you could think of. This could be a nice comfort show, but it's gonna need to do something a bit different to really hook me. Editor, can you rewind back just a bit? And again?
Yeah.
That's the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen. Another
It's pretty cute. It's pretty fucking cute. We're gonna be honest. That's a cute little sneeze there. That was pretty cute. One more time.
And again? That's the cutest fucking
Yeah,
thing
man.
I've ever seen.
No, that was good. That was pretty good. Let's be honest. Okay, I'm hooked as well. What the fuck is the name of this show? Yeah, to be honest, one of the cliches that pisses me off the most in anime is the main character who is a guy who just does not. I bet this guy don't give a fuck. It's always like, because all right, you know, I'm gonna be real. Okay, never in my life have I met a teenage boy who wasn't interested in a girl who was interested in him. But in fucking anime, you'll have this guy who's like, yeah, man, I don't care about any of them. No, man, bro, what? And he's like, just doesn't care. And there were like 20 beautiful women, all just obsessed with him. And he's like, no, I don't care. Or, it's even worse, he's fucking oblivious. He's the stupidest guy in the world and has no idea that any of them like him. And he just goes around just completely fucking oblivious. They like me? What? What? You mean all of the times they said they liked me and acted like they liked me meant they liked me? Wow. Drives me fucking crazy.
Show revolving around getting married?
No human like that exists. It's just a made-up anime human.
Is anime trying to tell me something?
結婚ってそんなにいいものなのかな。俺は結婚するって言って指輪をはめてただそれだけだよ。結婚ってそんなにすごいことなのか。
Here we have 2 co-workers who
I know this is completely random, but yeah, marriage is fucking amazing. It actually is. As long as you get married to the right person, it's amazing. I married my best friend. And he is I'm joking. But no, I did. I married my best friend, and I'm very lucky to have a wife who is my best friend.
decide to stage an entire fake marriage, lying to their co-workers, lying to their parents, going through an entire season-long Kaguya-style plan, all because they're afraid of being transferred to Anchorage, Alaska.
Why?
Shout out to the 10 anime fans in Anchorage catching strays. Honestly, I'm just happy to see more romance anime with adult characters. This is the type of setting we need more of. Not yet another high school romance with socially awkward teenagers. This time
Gigguk is fucking cooking with this, by the way. It's so true. I said this. 90% of the anime I watch is literally just high school characters, high school romance, high school this. I get it. I get it, alright? I get it. It's probably the main fan base. But fuck me. Like, exactly what Gigguk's saying. I'm 100% in his corner. We do need more adult shit.
we got two socially awkward adults so adverse to social interactions, they'd rather fake a relationship than just tell their boss they don't want to move to Alaska.
Yes.
So, you know, way more mature. Alright, an all-new original Dragon Ball that was the very last thing Akira Toriyama was working on before he... Hold on a second. Sorry about that, I had to shut my window. I could hear the entire continent of South America from here. Seeing Toei splice in highlights of the Buu arc with modern animation, I get the feeling it's only a matter of time before they decide to do a modern remake. But this time, the entire cast have been turned into kids in what looks like a new adventure with OG Dragon Ball vibes. Not gonna lie though, Goku being a kid isn't gonna stop his fans from saying, well, you know, he's still strong, he can still beat All Might, he can still beat Gojo. Well, Dragon Ball fans, maybe, but can he beat this?
毎朝一番に来て誰よりも練習してあんなに悔しいって感情も持ってるのに
Why does her ear look like that? If for some reason she has like a disfigured ear in the anime and I've just like said that about her and now I look like an arsehole, I apologize. I apologize.
猪俣くんどうしたの
Ah! Woman basketball! Last season we had a jam-packed, all-you-can-eat buffet of great romance anime to pick from, and this season's heavy hitter seems to be this. Blue Box. I know I said earlier I was looking for a romance outside of a school setting, but I might just have to make an exception for this one because this was a full-on insulin shot straight into my veins. Not only does it clearly have high production values, especially among the other Blue anime, but it also really looks like they are not shying away from the sports aspect of this show either. You've got your tournament arcs, promise to go to nationals, an adorable romance brewing between two characters dedicated to their sports. This looks like a real 50-50 split between a sports anime and a romance drama. Manga readers have talked this one up, so I'm expecting a lot of good things, and I'm interested to see how they end up tying the romance to them hitting their goals.
雑念が入るたび腹筋30回しよう
Man, bro's gonna be shredded.
あれもう行くの春休みなのに早いね
There's a show called Kimi wa Meiro-sama, or the official English name, You Are Miss Servant. A great name because as someone who knows a little bit of Japanese, I can confirm it's pretty hard to find an accurate translation of the word Meiro. Can't think of any word at all. This is basically Violet Evergarden meets...
Someone is gonna need to...
Word Meiro.
Someone's gonna need to help me here. What?
Can't think of any word at all. This is basically Violet Evergarden meets that crazy maid from Black Lagoon. It's cute, but also she's a kudere, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to connect with her that much.
変わらず味の良し悪しの判別なんてつきはしない
On second thought, she might fit right into trash taste. For anyone looking for a magical girl anime, we got Acro Trip, aka PG-13 gushing over magical girls. But the one I got my eye on is Magi Lumiere, for a satirical, grounded take of magical girls where they fight the biggest evil of all, corporate management. This may be
Also, shout out Violet Evergarden. That anime fucking... Oh, God, one of the best anime I've ever seen.
a magical girl anime with fantasy elements, but I don't think we're gonna get a more true-to-life representation of the job hiring process in the modern day.
仕事はないか金がない
I stand corrected. This one was surprisingly enjoyable. We've got an all-powerful demon lord with
great, I
unmatched
love it.
potential, a
Love
master
it.
of deadly magic, is able to bend the entire world to his will. He gets resurrected 500 years later into a cyberpunk world where his legacy is forgotten, his followers have moved on, and technology has rendered his all-powerful magic completely useless. Motherfucker just got the true Zoltrak experience. It's a mishmash of such a wide variety of tropes,
Great
genres, and
reference.
settings, and somehow it works. You're seeing Anos Voldigode getting humbled and being forced to survive in the world of Cyberpunk 2077, where the show...
That actually is kind of an interesting concept. It's kind of, obviously it's not an isekai, but it kind of follows the same sort of formula. You know, the idea of a character being taken from one setting, put into another setting, and having to adapt to it, which again is the isekai formula, despite it not being a isekai. Fuck me, the amount of times you call something an isekai and it isn't, and then you get a million people going, it's not technically an isekai, because isekai actually translates to reincarnated in another world, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yes, I know, everyone knows, everybody knows, but still, it has the elements, you know? It has the fucking elements. And it has the elements without it being called that, without it being, you know, put into that category. But yeah, I kind of like the concept.
Asks, what can even a demon lord do when he has no job prospects, no qualifications, no experience to speak of, and no practical skills that would be useful at all?
He starts streaming.
He becomes a Twitch streamer.
Yeah. It makes sense. It makes sense. And he starts an OnlyFans, baby!
This is getting a bit too real. The corporate experience doesn't end there, though, as we have an anime about an unlikely duo rising up to become the world's first trillionaires. Their secret? Spend all their early investments on stupidly expensive office chairs like this. Like, okay, I'm not looking for the most realistic story in the world, but how's that gonna help? These guys are going to be trillionaires, I tell you. They know exactly what they're doing. This is 100% based on reality. Like how a lot of the internet reacted to this. When you hear a title like My Wife Became an Elementary School Student, you're probably going to be like, damn. They're letting Drake fund anime now? But anyone who actually watches this will realize this is a ridiculous title that misrepresents the type of show that this is. 10 years on, after a man lost his wife to illness, he and his daughter have never gotten over it. A shadow of the people they used to be, nothing has truly filled that hole that their wife and mother had left when she passed away. Until one day, when she shows up at their door as a reincarnated 10-year-old kid. Except, no. The family gets a second chance to spend precious time together. The father rediscovers his purpose. The daughter gets her motherly role model back that she was missing. But as the episodes play out, you feel this melancholic atmosphere. We're all armed with the knowledge that these happy times can't last forever. Eventually, they're going to have to face the reality of the situation, and you're sitting there, prepping your heart for when that ball's finally going to drop. It's a story about coping with the loss of a loved one and how to move on from that. And while the title is bait as hell, it could have been worse. I mean, what if it was this exact title, except, oh no.
Yes. Oh no. Interesting concept. Obviously, there's a lot of questionable fucking aspects to this, massively. But that was already addressed by Gigguk. It is actually an interesting concept. Yeah. An interesting concept if when you tackle it right, which it sounds like they're doing, can just become mega depressing and sad, but like, yeah, I don't know. That one sounds interesting.
Uzumaki. Junji Ito is one of the most influential mangakas in the horror world, producing some of the most unnerving, terrifying stories you can find in the medium.
This is the one
True
that people...
works of art that...
This is the one that, like... Because I have been asking for a good horror anime because I fucking love horror. Horror is my shit, man. Like, I don't... Like, anyone who's new to the channel won't know this, but yeah, I'm a massive horror enthusiast. Horror obsessed. Love it, right? And I have been pretty much my entire life. And I wanted some really good, like, horror, terrifying anime to, like, watch and react to. And sadly, there just isn't any. So when Uzumaki came out, so many people were saying, like, Luke, react to it, react to it. Apparently the first episode was amazing, and then it just was dog shit. That's what I heard. Or at least the animation was. I don't know if the story was that bad. I'm not one of these people who really cares about animation. It really doesn't bother me, like, at all. It never has. Like, I'll notice it if it's incredible, but it'll never bother me if it's not great. You know, like, animation for me is the last thing in an anime that I will look for. The story will always come first. So I'd still watch it if it's got a fantastic story.
That deserve an anime that give them justice. But time after time after time again, people have attempted to adapt his work, and every single time without fail, it has resulted in an anime that was more cursed than the stories it was adapting. That is, until 5 years ago, a trailer was released on what is arguably his magnum opus, Uzumaki. And the most terrifying thing about this was, unthinkably, it actually looked good. This was it. The last chance. If this didn't work, there was no hope in hell a good adaptation could ever be done. Just one more time. We can hope. Then, radio silence for 5 whole years. Until today, when I'm proud to say they finally did it. They actually did it, boys. Look at this. This is beautiful. It's unnerving. It's everything a Junji Ito adaptation should be. They did it. They really did it. I hate everything. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed that video. Thank you very much this month to Author Curtis Eckstein, Basil, Dysfunctional Degenerate, Flabberwocky, Jonathan, Mike 808, Misako12315, Payne.
Huge shout out to all of you wonderful people on Gigguk's Patreon, and link to Gigguk's channel, of course, is in the freaking description, so make sure you go show him some damn love there. Make sure you go show him some love. Link to his channel is, of course, in that description. So. So, anime of fall 2024, baby. Anime of fall 2024. Oi, oi, oi. Oh. So, what do we think about this, Anna? What do we think about this? What do you think about this, people? Honestly, it's a shame. I feel like the ending of Uzumaki's kind of put like a weird taste in my mouth, because I would have liked to have watched that, you know? And I feel like it is a shame that you can have like, because I want a good horror anime. And no one, but the community is like, there's not recommended one. And like, I think, is it Higurashi or something like that that's been like recommended a bunch? But even like people like that say it's not what I'm going to be looking for, but I probably will still like it. But yeah. I would fucking love it so much if they ever did like an anime adaptation of like Scream, you know? Like how cool would that be, you know? Just like that sort of idea, you know, that horror. I can't believe it's, I guess it's just because maybe it's just not something that's ever been like put into like manga form, you know? But the idea of like just a simple town slasher murder mystery anime sounds fantastic, you know? Like oh, someone's going around killing people. Who are they? Blah, blah, blah. Literally a classic slasher, like, mystery. But an anime adaptation of it done nicely and done well. With, like this main story being, like, around the characters. You know, something like Until Dawn or The Quarry, you know, in game style. You know, like that, where the main story is the characters, their build-up, their romances, their developments, and as they're getting picked off one by one, even like Friday the 13th, Camp Crystal Lake. You know, something like that. That would be amazing. I would really love an anime like that. I don't know if we're ever going to get one, but I would fucking love it, man. I would actually love it. Anyway. Fall of 2024 was interesting. We had ReZero, which I'm sad didn't get more time. Because I think ReZero was incredible. Dandadan is incredible as well. You know, we've definitely had some good anime, but I agree it has not been as big of a year as we have seen previously. And this is probably the first like proper year I've like been following new anime as heavily as I have been. And I would say, based on what we had this year and what is supposedly coming next year, 2025 is shaping up to be a bad boy, you know? I mean, even in the first couple of months, we have Solo Leveling, Apothecary Diaries, and Dr. Stone all starting this month. We have ReZero returning in February. We have Hell's Paradise coming back, as well as another anime I've forgotten about as well. There is a lot of return, you know. Are the Demon Slayer movies coming out as well? Isn't Overlord supposed to be coming out too? Quite a lot, man. We're gonna be cooking this year, it sounds like. And I'm excited for it. Anyway, let me know. What was your favorite anime of the year? What's your number one? And what anime do you think was the most underappreciated that deserves a lot more love? And what anime are you most excited for in 2025? Let me know everything down below in that comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have yourself an amazing freaking day. And as always, my friends, you will see me in the next video.